I want to do, I want to give back to the community. I remember having role models from the age of 5, such as my coach, such as Richard Allen, you have Paul Green, you have Craig Brown, you have David Etmanani, you have Mohammed Cho, who I believe is live on now. And I believe it's very important, for the younger generation to look up to people, to have role models, you know, and not only to teach people how to kick and punch. What I took a lot from my coach was a positive mindset. A mindset that any environment that I'm in, I can get the best out of that. I don't need to have somewhere that looks very nice and very pretty. I can also get the best out of myself. So I believe my job now as a coach is to show people how to get the best out of themselves, not only to be the best world champion, but if you like education, if you like, for example, art, can you be the best person in that? You know, the same mindset that we have in Taekwondo is that we want to be the best in everything. When it comes to competition, when it comes to sparring, when it comes to even down, sometimes you're in class and you're competing with your teammate. You always want to be the best. So it's taking that type of competitive as well as a mindset that is always trying to advance and show people that there's more to life, you know? So yeah, that's what I feel like I'm responsible for now, to show young people that this is the best thing to do. To no matter where you are, even if you're not a young person or you're an older person who's picking up Taekwondo, you can still be the best on whatever you want to be. If you can take this mindset of saying that, you know what, I'm never going to give up. I'm always going to look for the positives. It doesn't matter how bad the situation is. There's always something that I can take from this to make me a better person. And so I can always get to the next level, you know? So yeah, that's the reason why I want to start my own club.
And what about your own fighting career? Will you still go to competitions yourself, or will you only go as a coach from now on?
I believe I'll go as a coach from now on.
You can make more video.
Was it a very difficult decision for you to quit fighting yourself? I mean, you're still very young, so you still have a few years. You would have a few years before you. Normally.
Yes. It was a very difficult decision at the time, and I was a bit younger at the time when I stopped competing, and I was trying to figure out what more do I want to do. You know, I didn't want to be just another Taekwondo fighter. You know, there's so many amazing Taekwondo fighters, but I wanted to give more, and at the time I didn't understand how to give more, and I believe that a lot of athletes. When they finish Taekwondo or they're coming towards the end of their career, they're thinking that question, where do I go from next? But funny enough, I was thinking this quite early. I had like a big plan. So yeah, it was a very difficult decision, but I think that me being able to give back is much better than me being able to do something myself. You know, if I can impact a whole community, I'd rather that than just be just another world champion or just another Olympic champion. I'll be able to transform and help many hundreds and thousands of lives. So, yeah.
So I think for many young players or Taekwondo people, it's very difficult to find their way in life after competing. So what would be your advice to people in this situation, players who have to find their way in life now? How to decide what to do? How did you make up your mind, and what would be your advice to other players in the same position?
So I will speak from my own experience. During that time, I probably took a year or so out to do what some people might call soul searching. Just trying to find out who you are and what you actually enjoy. Doing Taekwondo at the highest level for so long, you constantly talk about Taekwondo, you know? But there's also things out there as well. And I think the best place to start from is start with being yourself and do something that you enjoy. You know, I don't think what makes it hard for many young players or many people coming out is how to also make money. I believe that the best way to make money is by doing something that you enjoy and by providing a service, the best type of service that you can do. So for example, if you decide to start your own club for Taekwondo, right? You want to make sure that the service that you're providing to the children is making sure that the children can develop and grow. That you're not just trying to get money, you're actually providing a service that actually help people. So I think that's one good thing that helps. I think that the feeling of actually helping people is great. It's like, it reminds me of the feeling of actually winning gold medals. You know, the fact that you've been able to challenge or change something is new, you know? So my advice to them is find something that you enjoy and that you're good at, and you can start from there. You don't have to rush. There's no rush at all. Don't feel the panic, don't feel the burden. You always have Taekwondo there, and I know that if you've been competing at a top level, it'll be very easy for you to start your own club or feature at other clubs if you're looking for ways to make money. If you want to travel around, I know that there's I know a few friends of mine, people like Taylor Mohammed, Bianca or Jay Jones. Sometimes seminars or Aaron Cook. Sometimes seminars are held in different countries, so you can travel around just the same way as you would when you was fighting. You know, so yeah, my advice down to the bottom would just be do something you enjoy, and just always remember that the best feeling is giving back to people and helping people that's around you.
So looking back on your fighting career, I guess most fighters, they get some lesson for life also from their active career. What would you say? What is your lesson for life that you got from your active fighting career? What was the most important thing you learned for your life?
That's actually a very, very good question. What's the life lesson that I learned from Taekwondo? I think I would probably say that there's two very key lessons that I learned personally myself. And the first one is a bit cliche that you might hear all the time, and it'll be to never give up.
Okay.
The reason why I say that is because sometimes you could be in the ring, you're in front of a large crowd, many people are watching you, you don't want to let people down, you feel so much pressure, and you're down on points, there's not enough time, and you decide what to look at. If you decide to look at the negatives, what's going to happen is that you're going to get a negative result. But if you decide to look at the positive and say, okay, maybe I have 10 seconds left in my fight, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the most out of this. There's always a way. You know, you should never give up. You should always fight until towards the end. So I think that philosophy I've gone with that philosophy into different areas of my life. Even like helping people. Sometimes it might not look like their situation is the best and that they're even being able to help. But if I'm actually able to focus on that, look at the positives, bit by bit, we'll get there, you know? So yeah, that's definitely something. Never give up. There's always a way out. All you have to do is just look at the positives, you know? That's one question. I think somebody asked me, do I have a YouTube channel? No, I don't have a YouTube channel, but it will be coming up very soon. If you would like to, please follow our Instagram, which is Pulse Academy Taekwondo. Okay? And the second lesson I would say, I'm trying to find the best way to explain it, is to never be too worried. Never allow too much pressure to come on top of you. It's hard to say sometimes, but whatever happens, happens. You know, you can only give your 100%. So the time that you spent in training, working hard, you know that's what you're about to go and present on the ring, you know? And all you have to do is just learn how to use what you have to the best of your ability. What happens to loads of people is that they worry about things that are not there. You know, people worry about losing before they've actually lost. So what tends to happen is that the good things that they have, you see many good fighters, but they're not able to actually use the good things that they have because they're always looking at the negative things, you know? So they never get the best out of themselves. So I think that's one lesson I learned. I think especially towards the end of my career, is to just be yourself and flow. You know, I think that's the best way to explain it. You can't control every situation in life. So the best way to go is just flow and don't worry. Just give what you can. And 9 times out of 10, you always get the best. You always get the best result, you know? So yeah.
Yeah, that is certainly very good advice for all situations in life. Yeah, that's true. So that was my question. Thank you for answering. But is there something you would like to add? Some message for the community? Anything you would like to add at this point? You would like the people to know?
Yeah, no, definitely. What I would say, a message for the community. I think especially during this time, what we need to do is come closer towards the community. I'm very happy that many people were able to come online and tune in online, and it still shows that we still have this community. The best way to actually advance is never to go by yourself. And I think I mentioned this earlier. It's very good for me to be another world champion, But if I can learn to bring the people that surround me with me, it will all make our community better. So picture it in this way. If you have a team, it's very easy to be the Messi or the Ronaldo of your team. It's very easy to be the superstar, you know? But if you can learn to be encouraging and you can lead your team, you and your team will become better. Because what would happen is that over time, the people that surround you that will get better and you will also get better, you know? So I believe that message is not just for Taekwondo, but I believe it's for everywhere that we're in right now. You know, if you're a lawyer, try your best to help your colleagues. I know during this time, a lot of people are going through some a few mental health issues where they find it difficult to be at home. People may be suffering from depression. I think the best thing to do is make sure that you're reaching out to people. Sometimes it's very easy to look at all of your personal problems and you're thinking, oh, life is bad. I don't know where I'm going to go from here. This situation is difficult. And you can kind of feel like you want to push everybody away from you. But I feel like it's the best thing to do. At the beginning, it will be a little bit hard, but it's to bring people closer, you know, because the same issue that you're going through, you don't know that the person next to you can actually help you if you're helping them. And then it goes on and it repeats, you know. So I believe that the best thing right now is for us to do is come closer together as a community. And I believe platforms like Zoom and Instagram are being very instrumental during these times. And I think we should make the use out of these things, coming close together, meeting new people so we can advance. I believe that when many minds come together, more creative ideas come out of that. You know, so it's always good to mingle. You get more creative the more minds that you have within something. If you just want to go by yourself, you're only going to go with one way of thinking. But if you go with 10 people, you're going to go with 10 ways of thinking and see from different angles, and you're always going to get the best out of that solution. At the time, it may seem like it will take longer, but it always has a better result. So I believe that the best result is always helping the community. And we've seen that across the world, that when a community actually comes closer together, they always get a better result. And many things start from a small community. You know, Rome was not built in a day. Rome didn't just exist randomly. Rome first started from an ideology and a small group of people coming together and building Rome block by block, bit by bit. Sometimes they might have messed up, they retraced their steps, but they want to build back again, you know? So I believe more in building people rather than just building clubs or projects. I believe it's building people. And I think that's one thing I'm going to be taking into when I start my club. Actually building people and building people with a positive mindset. People that can challenge anything in their life and they won't give up, you know? So yeah, that's my message for the community.
So thank you very much. It was very good, very inspirational. And so I hand over to Ümit in Hamburg.
Okay, thank you very much for having me.
We show us before you can be